Greetings, YouTube. This is a Canku tactical knife. Now, people that are into knives will quickly notice, hey, that looks an awful lot like a zero tolerance knife design. And you would be correct. This is a copycat. It is not a bootleg or a forgery because it is not claiming to be a ZT. It is simply a copy of that. And frankly, it would not shock me if they were made in the same factory. Because you're talking to a guy that's been in manufacturing for 35 years. That kind of thing goes on. So you can see it's really designed with a very tactical vibe, that kind of whole tactical thing going. This is a frame lock. It has a retention pin here, so you can't overextend the frame lock when you're using it. And let's open it up. I find the fastest way to deploy this is with a thumb flick. So there you go. There's the design right there. You're going to notice right out of this display, it's a strong design. This is a design that doesn't mess around. It's very distinctive. You got this wedge here, this swedge here, strong swedge up here. I'm going to call that a cutout. Who knows what you want to call it. The thumb studs are very attractive. Well done. Comfortable both in a conventional thumb draw, and they work well with a thumb flick. This is aggressive. It's a nice thick blade. It comes out all the way. You're a little bit 2/3 before you start getting a significant distal taper to the tip. You have a full flat grind with a secondary bevel. Now, I want you to take a look at that grind for a second. Okay, now, that grind is darn near perfect. Yes, you say, well, it wasn't polished, you can't see the grind lines. You're right. It wasn't polished, you can't see the grind lines. This was a $20 knife. But they are super silky smooth. And they are perfectly in parallel. And this side is exactly the same. The grind lines on this were masterfully accomplished. Whoever did this knows how to grind a knife blade. And I have nothing but the utmost respect. I don't care that this is a Chinese design. Quality is quality, skill is skill, and I'm going to give the respect where it's due. Whoever did this blade is a master. Flat out. Maybe not allowed to have the time that the person wants to make the blade to their personal specifications. But I can tell you, they are masterfully skilled at this. I was so impressed. I took that out of there. I'm like, look at those grind lines. They're perfect. I was really impressed. Now this section up here, this actually has kind of a stonewash finish on it, which I think is nice. It is 440C steel, but there is no code designation on this. And I got to be honest, I can't figure out which box it is. I got like all these boxes, these little black boxes kicking around, waiting for videos to be done, and now I can't figure out which box that goes to the knife. I think it might be this one. I think this might be a D850, but I can't guarantee it. I'm hoping I can find that out when I look at it. I think I've kept all the receipts for my orders. I got this off of Amazon, so I may have the receipt from the order I made, in a folder. So maybe I can find that out. But this is just a really pretty knife. It's hefty, but it's very comfortable. I kind of like this. It's semi-open construction. I like this. It just sticks up just a bit. It gives you both texture and a visual break. It nice bevel on that. The belt clip, single position. I'm not excited about single position belt clips, but it's tip up carry, which is my preference. You could take that off if you want to, but I just think this knife is well beyond the comfortable size for just dumping into a pocket. And for closing, and there you go. Now, one of the things I don't like about this is that if you're not careful, see, it's not difficult to get that to close on your fingernail. Now, it's a very smooth, very, very smooth, okay? And if you're here like that, I'm probably going to be okay with that. But if I were to close it and I slipped up or something, or my thumb rotated, you could hit that. there are blade designs, and I'm going to give you an example right here. This is a flipper, okay? When you close it, that closes on your finger, right there. So now you can reposition your hand, and you close it. This, the edge itself comes in contact with you, and because this is a big, heavy blade, and this pivot is really silky smooth, it falls on you. This moves very easily. The weight of the blade carries it closed. So I think there's a slim possibility of self-injury while closing this knife if you have not practiced with it. So I recommend when you get a knife, play with it, because you will learn the idiosyncrasies of that knife and how to close it and open it both efficiently and safely. Very important things to know. Not to mention, we're knife guys. We play with knives anyway. So, you know, we wear them in. We make sure that we like the action. And then we carry them around. We show everybody we can possibly show. Look at the new toy I've got. And there are probably many people in the world that are bored out of their minds of knife guys like us. So this has been a Canku design. I think this was the first order I've ever got. I got more than one Canku design kicking around at the moment. And I'm really impressed with the overall build quality. Yes, I know it's a copy of a ZT knife. And someone on Amazon gave it a 1-star review and said, go buy the real thing. The real thing's a $400 knife. I can't drop $400 on a knife. I can drop $20. And it's solid build quality. Now, maybe I find out I love this design so much, I start putting money aside till I can afford a $400 knife. Or I luck into one used someplace for $150 or $200. But I wouldn't know that without trying, and I gotta be honest, I'm not gonna just blindly buy a $400 knife without knowing what the build quality is. And I know what the build quality of this is, and I'm impressed by it. $20 knife, I think this is well worth your time. We're knife guys. We like knives. And sometimes a whole bunch of knives we can play with is better than looking at a knife that we can't afford and we're never going to be able to buy.